YouTube, what it do, loved ones, man. Y'all know the motto, man. After the story, if you can, hit me with that like, which is the thumbs up, and that'll let me know I'm kicking my stuff, homie. This right here, homie, the young homie asked me. He said, homie, I know throughout your history and time inside the Inglewood neighborhood power rules, homie, you had encounters with Crips that you probably gave a personal pass to or knew some homies that granted personal passes to some Crips living inside the turf, homie. And if so, how does that work or come about? So basically, homie, this is my brief rundown analysis on a situation like that, homie. Coming across some Crips that live in the turf and you becoming to have a personal bondage or a relationship with these dudes, homie. And basically, when some of these dudes came through our neighborhoods, homie, because I could just personally speak on my neighborhood and to other people, comment about this topic, homie. I knew some of my homeboys like a little Bugsy or a Big Dulo, and a couple more homies' names I could probably possibly mention. But these dudes was dudes that was able to weed out certain dudes that probably had Crip affiliations or Crip ties, homie. And basically, certain homies had certain styles and characteristic suave moves on how they would approach some of these dudes, homie. If we smelt it or sensed it that these dudes was cripping or something, homie. And some of these Crips that reside inside the Inglewood neighborhood power rules that had a chance to meet legendary homeboys and hang out with us, homie. These dudes went through scrimmages, homie. Some of these dudes went through niggas rushing these dudes and squabbling with these dudes in front of their families before we made amends, granting these dudes and kicking it with these dudes and finding out these dudes had a different caliber of style outside of how we judge these dudes, homie. So my homeboy Dulo Nim, homie, he was able to sense that, homie. And a lot of these dudes, like I said, homie, them probably been slapped, drew down on, not taking nothing from them. But these was the grounds that dudes took when you got caught slipping inside other dudes' hoods, homie. It probably was some bloods that didn't got caught up like that, homie. As well as Crips, homie, like I'm telling this story, homie. So like I said, we didn't see Rips get drew down on, squabbled on by certain homies, but these certain homies that did this and sniffed these dudes out wind up building a rapport with these dudes. Whether if these dudes moved in our turf, thought the street was low, or was trying to flip a yay sack back then and feed his families. If we heard about these, homie, we will mob up and approach these spots like that. That's what gave us leverage on spots and leverage on these dudes that was trying to have a central location inside our turfs, homie. And some of these rip dudes, homie, they even, once we made these bonds and mends with these dudes, and these dudes took certain homies in after altercations, and we done built reports with these dudes even stood side by side with homies because maybe they turfs didn't get along with the turf that we was battling with that was Rips. But these dudes had a chance to stand side by side with legendary historical Damu homeboys, homie. So that's what made these dudes rebuild and feel a different character inside our turf, homie. Because not only did we, after physical altercations and all this shit with these dudes, we also showed these dudes that after a minute we possibly cared and we did care for them. Because a lot of our dudes, once you adopt a Crip, homie, I'ma say it like this: once you adopt a Crip inside your neighborhood, homie, and you go to full extent, you responsible, homie. You responsible for him, homie. So if this you didn't adopted this rep, homie, in your turf after you done smashed on him, granted him a little action and kind of move around because he can throw your name up, homie, or he hold a pistol for you. This is a spot you can duck to and reside at when it's hot. This dude you busted selling work. So now in order for you to keep selling your work, you gotta push my work too. So in the same token with this, I'm building a rapport with you, your girl, your family, your friends, homie, that you kind of try to, might have come to your house. They know me because I'm a historical, legendary homie inside my turf. I'ma smash a homie for you. Just say another homie come through, slick talk you, disrespect you. I'ma show you my authority inside my turf. So yeah, we didn't have to smash one another, trip on one another for the rips that we adopted in our turf if one of ours tried to disrespect and didn't want to apologize, homie. So these dudes got a chance to kind of share both worlds. But like I said, they also had to stand firm with the homies because some of these dudes had straps. They probably could have snuffed us like a good movie, snuffed us because we didn't probably have physical altercations and smashed on them, but they still felt like they wanted to pledge allegiance with the homies. It was like these dudes was up under the old school constitutional two paperwork thing. Even though they ripping, some of these dudes didn't move and never functioned with Damus. They didn't move to Damu hoods and really seen the quality and character of the homies and damn near wanted to be a homie. So that's how a lot of these Crips got granted passes inside, my turf I can just speak on, homie. And my personal altercation, homie, I had a Rip dude that stayed in my turf on the 500 block, homie. Young Rip dude, homie. And I kind of knew, when it go like this and you kind of know these dudes ripping, it kind of like these dudes are moving a building in the turf, homie. And back in the days in the 90s in the turf, it's like Monopoly, homie. We moving from building and building, trying to just, gain a spot to make some money, gain a spot to tuck out inside the turf, homie. So within these buildings, we moving, you know what I'm saying, moving and trying to set up shop to stay coming up, homie. You gonna run across different dudes in these buildings, homie. And like I said, if you got that nose and you in the game and you can kind of see how dudes moving, you will sniff it out, homie. And some of these dudes might have had a sister or mama or cousin female or something that stayed with them. So, order us to gain leverage in spots or have a, kind of a safe haven to be in the building without people wanting to call the police. Certain homies with styles and different calibers, we'll try to pop at some of these females to get position in some of these buildings, homie. So my time, I think the Rip dude that I adopted as my friend and homeboy, homie, I think he had a sister I might have tried to holler at and pop at or something, homie. But it didn't go to the hell of a extreme, homie. I wound up hanging with his sister. We blowing herb and hanging with him. But within the whole chemistry of me hanging with his sister or his peoples, homie, I wound up gaining interest in a bond with him personally, homie. Kind of digging deep into him, homie. Because at the beginning, you like I say, you go for the female, and then it's the people. So I used to see him sometime leaving, like, man, where you going, man? Oh man, I'm going to my grandmother's house, man. We going grocery shop. But I'm knowing he probably going to the other side of town, homie, to do his blue team thing, homie. But when he came back, homie, he came back on a, kind of on a respectful note, homie. And, so I took him in as me trying to holler at his sister, homie. I wound up taking him in, homie. And this wound up being my personal Crip homeboy. Like I said, I adopted a Crip homeboy to hold heat, hold work. So by him pledging his legion and rolling with me and staying down with me on all the shit I went through on that block, he had the best of both worlds. Like I say, he was like up under an old constitution. These dudes fall up under old constitution. I don't know too many homies that was able to move in Crip hoods and still had that action to, kind of leverage and move around. But I know homies, we didn't adopt it Rips, homie, where they still had action and kind of move around. So he was one of them, homie. And right now, the homie doing good, working for Job Corps, homie. I won't put his name out there that damper his program or his character, because dude was solid, homie. Like I said, he wound up falling up under me, hold heat for a motherfucker, help a motherfucker hustle. And this was a safe haven spot. I was able to, duck out to inside the turf, inside the building, homie. So it'd be like a favor for a favor once you be able to build a relationship with some of these dudes, homie. And I'm just sending it, homie, 89 on up, G stuff, not Ye stuff, on how dudes inside of these Damu hoods adopt a Crip, homie, or run across a Crip where we wind up having bond ties with, homie, how it would lead up, homie. So 89 on up, homie, G stuff, not Ye stuff. And I'm just sending my brief analysis on this 90 thing, on how we did, kind of accept some Crips being in our turf, homie, after altercations and all that type stuff, homie. I'm out.